Hi, TP family. Welcome to the one and only Trading Psychology Masterclass on YouTube Live today. Yay! We have some exciting lineups coming up. However, however, make sure to avoid any distractions and take notes with a pen and paper. And if you have not invited anyone as of right now, please do so because we are about to kick off with the live and you do not want to miss it. So make sure that you are inviting as many people as you can right now. Okay. So without any further talking, this YouTube live will be packed with a lot of sessions today. Like we did last week, we had the psychology session with Cliff Cheqona, and then we had the markup overview and fundamental news by Albert, and then we had our risk management, which is also edge in trading with Kema Trades, the highest. So this today is gonna be much more than what we did yesterday. So make sure that you stay tuned in. Make sure you avoid any distractions. Make sure that you are not doing something else. Give us your full attention. Okay? Okay. So let's dive right in.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
Hi, welcome back once again. My name is Tennyson Shells, if you didn't know. And we're just going to dive right in. But do remember that today we will be going over the book summary of the month, which is the Psychology of Money. And you do not want to miss that because we are all traders. So we need the mindset to be right. So I'm just going to bring up the next session that we are going to have. And thank you. Oh, before I do that, can I know where everyone is tuning in from? Okay, so we have a lot of people tuning in from different places. We have Kenya in the house, we have India in the house, and we have Ghana, Nigeria, and oh, someone said they are here to fix their mind. Period. And then we have a lot of Nigerians in the house. We have Kenyan in the house, South Africa in the house. Welcome everyone. Make sure that you are paying attention. Make sure that you are avoiding any distractions. And yeah, nice to meet everyone. This is what we are going to have next. And thank you.
Hello, everyone. If you can hear me, please type in one. in the chat box. Let me know if everyone can hear me clearly. Yes, I can see one's coming in. Please, if you can hear me clearly, type in one and let me know if you can really hear me. All right, all right. So basically, I'm Albert and I'm here to do the market overview. Before that, let's go back to what we discussed the last week. So basically, last week we were looking at the GBP USD. We actually said it might price will come really down, and we will see what price will do in this zone. So basically, price actually did what we were expecting. It came down, and that was like 51 pips. If you were able to catch it, you are happy in profit. Then it actually went back and break that zone and came to this support. We talked about NZD USD as well. The same move actually happened. We were expecting price to come to this level, which actually it did. It came to this level, it break through it, and right now it retested and it goes down. Then we also spoke about GJ as well. That one, the market is already there. We were expecting price to actually calm down, bounce back and go up, but unfortunately price did calm down. It actually came to this interest zone and it went through it. So basically, if you have caught in this pips too, that will be from here to downside, that is like 220 pips, which is a lot. So that was what we actually discussed on last week. Hope everyone understood and everyone did what they actually um, knew about the market and actually participate in it before the market actually did what it has to do. So basically, one thing I want everyone to know: this coming week we have a lot of news coming up. If I could share the screen of the forest factory so that we can talk about it. There are a lot of news coming up, and also the interesting part is it is NFP. So please, it's either two ways: it's either you blow your account or it's either you are in the win. So please, proper risk management, best analyze your chart and get in the right position. Don't risk all your money. Play gentle. The market is not your friend. Now let's go straight into what we are actually hoping to happen this coming week. So this week too, in on GBP USD, we could see that on the daily time frame, we had the trading zones or trading range, which we actually saw that it came into the support level and it actually bounced back. When we move to the 4 hour time frame, we could see that the price is on the support level, which is actually have already broken it. So it's actually going to be our resistance soon. I'm more anticipating in the sell because I could see there is a lower high and a lower low, a lower high, and a lower low forming. So basically, it's a confirmation that we are all actually going for a sell, more of a sell. So basically, you can also see that when price came to this level on the 3 hour time frame, it gives us a clear view which actually says a rejected price over this support resistance, sorry, and it came through the support, and right now we are a bit in the selling zone. So before we can actually anticipate in that sell, we want to see price push back, retest the zone and continue to the downside. That is what we want. And always remember, we want a break of structure, a pullback, and a continuation. So we can actually anticipate in the continuation to the downside. If not, we are actually waiting for price to break this level, then come back, then the continuation we can anticipate in the continuation. But I'm really looking more forward to a sell more than a buy. So basically, NFP might actually push price to this bottom there around 1.21001, which actually will be an interesting pip to catch. So if we are fortunate and get in the right position, we could get like 200 pips for this week. But always remember, it's not about how much you want to win, it's about how much you want to lose. So if we are actually wanting to be in that position, we actually want to risk a little bit, so you can actually put your stop loss up here, then price will actually get you some pips. Let's go to the NZD USD because they coordinate, they have the same move, and we could see that on the 3 hour time frame, the same thing happened. Price came into this resistance and it got rejected. So we are waiting for price to break this trend line, and we will actually wait for price to break through the support as well, go back, retest it, then straight to this zone. So we always want to see a break of a structure, a pullback, then the continuation to the downside. If not, then price can go reject to this side. Then we want price to retest this zone before continuation. Then we can actually join the continuation to the upside. Going on to GBP JPY. For GBP JPY, we also saw that in the previous weeks, that is the on last week, what we were expecting it to come down. It came down, it broke through that structure. So we actually want to see price continue to the downside. So basically, what I would do right now, I'll mark the chart so that everyone can see how we actually will participate in this price action. So for the daily time frame, we could see that price started from this side to the downside. That is for the Friday, what price did. So that is our trading range for the beginning of next week. That is our trading range. So we want to see what price will do in this range. What I would say is in the 4 hour time frame, we could see prices already coming down, and we could also see that there is a support level which price to actually test and is bouncing back down. On the 1 hour time frame, it actually shows a bit more, which actually shows the trend of a downside trend. So we are willing to see price go more down. So before we can anticipate in this sell, we just want price to break this structure. This is a support. We want price to break this support. Then we can actually anticipate in it to the downside. So I'm expecting price to come to the bottom here. But before that, we need a confirmation, a solid confirmation. We want price to break this support level, retest it, then goes to the downside. If not, the other alternative is to go for through the resistance, retest it, than go upside. But I'm more expecting it to actually go for a sell. So I'll be looking for more sells in this market to this zone, which is my interest zone. Which is my interest zone. So yeah, if we get in from there to that side, that is like 200 pips for from the GJ. And always, as I said, remember, even if you didn't get anything from this trading overview, you should remember one, next week is NFP week. We trade responsibly. Two, we have to get our solid confirmation, which is a break of a structure, a retest, and a continuation to the downside. Guys, if you actually understood what I said, can I see a fire emoji in the chat to see if we are all in the same page?
Fix your trading, fix your mind, fix your trading, fix your mind, fix your trading. Cheqona, Cheqona.
Okay, okay, I
Trading
can
is a
see.
mind game.
All right, guys. All right. So if you have any questions, you can put in the chat so that I can see and actually address it. But for now, I would say stay blessed and make sure you actually trade responsibly, risk responsibly, and remember trade confirmation before you get into the market. Break of a structure, pullback, then continuation. Thank you guys and have a great week. Bye. Oh, okay, okay.
Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Cheqona, Cheqona. Trading is a mind game, you heard? Cheqona, Cheqona. Trading is a mind game, you heard me? Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Cheqona, Cheqona. Trading is a mind game, you heard me?
Hello, wonderful people out there. My name is Emmanuel Napo Ado, popularly known in the trading space as Kema Trades. If you can hear me, I want you to just give me number 2 because I'm just number 2 on here. I want you to give me number 2. If you can hear me, give me 2 in there. If you can hear me, give me 2. Fantastic. That's great. All right. So today we are going to be doing something really, really interesting, right? We just have about 10 to 15 minutes. I want to hammer on something very interesting today. And trust me, you need to take your notepad, take your pen, and then write something down because you definitely, definitely need this one way or the other, right? But before I start, I'm just going to say something, right? I just picked up a little something, like just a nugget. I just want to give this out, right? So, some way, somehow, a lot of people know that I'm a Christian. So, in Job chapter 29, verse 21, the Bible says, people listening to me expectantly, waiting in silence for my counsel. And after I'd spoken, they spoke no more because my words fell on gentle ears. I pray that you understand basically everything that I'm going to talk about right here. I pray that it sinks in, and then relatively you inculcate that into your trading, and you will never be the same. Okay, so today, if you can see my screen, I'm going to be talking about trading edge. I started a trading edge series somewhere around our previous session, and today I'm going to dive deeper. Now, what exactly is trading edge? So as I've written on there, a trading edge basically encompasses the technical know-how, your criteria, your observations, or your approach. That's, sort of you have for the market. And this approach increases your advantage over other players that we have in the market, right? So it means that every single little thing that you add to your trading that makes you a good trader counts as an edge. I hope you understand. Every single thing, even if it is about increasing your lot size or decreasing your lot size at a particular point in time for the account that you are using, it all counts as edge. So the understanding of what account you have, the understanding of what lot size to use for that particular account, the understanding for how to actually go about trading the market, every single criteria counts as an edge, right? So I want us to go in there and today specifically talk about your lot size in relation to the account size that you have, and then the leverage that you pick on the market. So let's get in there. So basically, a lot of you have had lot sizes, right? And frankly speaking, one of the things that blows a lot of people's account on the market is the lot sizes that they put on their trading account. Imagine this for a moment. Somebody comes into the market, they have $100 account, and then this individual is using maybe 0.2 lot size, 0.5 lot size. I'm not saying that it is bad, but the mindset that you have for that account, if it is for you to grow that account gradually, then it is a bad approach that you're actually bringing on. Now, if you want to go according to good risk management, then relatively it means that you need to come in with the understanding of what lot size to use for that $100 that you are building on the market. And what exactly is a lot size? In the market, because we basically manage everything is under our control. It means that if you lose your account, you are the one to blame. I said this last week. Now, what it basically means is that understanding how you approach that particular market is important as having that money in your trading account. A lot size is basically a unit measure of a transaction account. In the forex market, we do not use money. We use unit to represent money. So it is very important for you to be able to know what unit represents what amount of money in the trading space. I hope you understand. Now, if you come into the trading space, one standard lot size is equivalent to $100,000. And that is, the ideology that I want you to have currently. A standard, like we have 4 different types of what? Lot size allocations. We have the standard lot size, the mini lot size, the micro lot size, and then the nano lot size, which is not so popular currently, right? But what I want you to take home is this. Standard lot size is equivalent to you having $100,000. Mini lot size is equivalent to $10,000. Micro lot size, $1,000. And then the nano lot size, $100, right? Now, what it basically means is, in the market, we have something that we call pip calculation. If price moves, the traders who are already here know what I'm talking about. But the new traders who are involved here, every single count, every single movement in the market, whether it is increase in the value of a particular asset or the decrease in the value of a particular asset, they are counted in what we call pips. Every single pip per the lot size that you use gives you an amount of money. So if someone comes into the market and then uses a standard lot size of 1 lot in the market, relatively, what it means is a pip movement in the market will either add $10 to their trading account or take $10 out of their trading account. So if you are a newbie who comes into the market and you do not understand this, and you bring in $100 account and you place 1 lot on that 100 account, it means that taking away what we call a spread charge on the market, you relatively have about 7 pips for your account to get blown. And you don't want that, because 7 pip comes as fast. Like even a second is overrated. You can have 7 pips, especially if you are trading very volatile pairs like indices and then the metal like gold and then, oil. Basically, what happens is you can relatively find yourself blowing your account in a very short period of time. if you do not know how to allocate some of these lot sizes to your account, right? So what we are going to be doing is understanding what lot size is and how exactly we can flow along with it, right? So if you have the mini lot size is equivalent to $10,000, and that $10,000 represents 0.1. So it means if you place 0.1 on the market, I want you to understand that what you have basically done is you just placed $10,000 on a trading account. So somebody might be asking, what is Kema talking about? I just put $100 in my trading account and I placed 0.1. You are saying that I placed $10,000 on the trade that I'm taking. What happens is we have something that is helping us, a backbone. And that backbone is what we call the leverage. So now moving from what? Lot size, which is a unit representation of an amount in the market, to what leverage is. So let's get in there. Now, what exactly is leverage? I'll call leverage a stepping stone, right? If you are in the market and then you have a leverage, or if anybody has a leverage, what we basically talk about leverage is you have an upper hand. There is some sort of upper hand that is basically what? Pushing you or backing you up. So in the market, what we say is it is sort of a trading power, a purchasing power that is given to you per the leverage that you choose. You as a trader have the power to choose what kind of leverage you want to use in the market. And so a broker gives you the affirmative to be able to choose a leverage 1:100, 1:200. Some of you see 1:500, 1:1000, 1:2000, and you don't even understand what exactly it means. I'm going to tell you today about it. Leverage in Forex directs me to what I call ratio and proportion. So now, if you pick a leverage in the market, what I want you to think about is whatever leverage that you pick, you are multiplying that leverage with your trading account. So let's say you have $100 and you came into the market and you chose a leverage of 1:200. What it basically means is 1:200 simply means 1 multiplied by 200. So the 1 is what is representing your capital. So it means if you have $100, then the 1 represents your $100. Multiply by how much leverage are you looking at? 200. Then it means your $100 multiplied by 200 is going to give you how much? It's going to give you how much? I want to see it in the comment section. Right, so basically you just take the 2 zeros from the 100 and add it to the what? You add it to the 200 and you're going to have 20,000. So if you're going to have 20,000, then it means that let's go back to the lot sizing and let's see how much lot size that 20,000 can what? Basically control. We have a mini lot size controlling 10,000. It means that when you have 20,000, you can control 0.2 on the market. And that is why some of you have a trading account and you place trade, and at a point in time, they tell you you do not have enough money to place more trades on the market. Why? Because your leverage that you take for that account has a margin that you can be able to control. And the example that I gave, that margin is able to give you the control of 20,000, which means that you have a control of 0.2 in the market. That means if you place lot sizes up to 0.2, eventually you have used up all the margin and you don't have the capacity to what? Place any other trade again. But guess what? Someone who picks a higher leverage than yours can actually place more trades than you are placing. What is Kama talking about? Now let's go and then let me do an illustration for you. Let's say we have these two individuals. The first person has $100. The next person also has $100. They all basically have the same capital, right? We have Mr. A being the first part and Mr. B being the second part. Mr. A has $100 but chose a leverage of 1:100. What does it mean? Mr. B has $100 but chose 1:1000. What does it mean? What it means is Mr. A having $100 is using his $100 to control 100 times of its weight, which means it gives them that particular opportunity to be able to control $10,000 worth on the market, right? Which now is equivalent to what? 0.1, which is a mini what? Lot size. Can we move on? Great. Now, Mr. B chose a leverage of 1:1000, which means that it gives them the power to be able to control $100,000, which is equivalent to 1 lot size in the market. So the same trading account, $100 here, $100 there. But these two individuals have a margin that they can control. And one's margin is relatively bigger because of the leverage that they chose. So you see the disparity between the leverage, the lot size, and your trading account actually matters in building your edge in the market. I'll be understand. Great. So then what happens to these two individuals? It basically means that Mr. A, after they place 0.1 lot size on the market, if they try placing any other trade, they will be told that you do not have enough money to move forward to place a trade. But Mr. B, after placing 0.1, still has the opportunity to place 0.9 more, because 0.9 plus that 0.1 is what is eventually going to give you one lot size on the market. So at the end of the day, leverage that these two chose actually made it possible for one to be able to have an upper hand and then one to be able to have. But let's look at something interesting. We say that leverage is a two-edged sword. It means that it can cut, from the front, but it can also what damage you as well. What is Kema talking about? What Kema is actually talking about is, as much as when you take a higher leverage on the market, it gives you or opens up your opportunity to be able to make more money, because you have the opportunity to place more trades on the market. The same way, if you place more trades on the market and those trades are actually wrong trades, it damages you quicker, because it ends up making you lose your account as fast as possible. I'll be getting than this individual who chose a 0.1. So let's see the disparity in there again. The individual who chose 0.1, if they are using their entire margin on the market, what it relatively means is that they are going to be placing 0.1 on the market, which means every single pip would what? Either add $1 or take away $1 from their trading account, depending on the assets that they are choosing to trade. That is also very important. Now, based on that standard, what it means is they need 100 pips to be wrong, give or take, for their accounts to actually blow or lose the entire account on the market. If they use the 0.1, 100 pips. But the individual who uses one lot size on the market, every single pip adds or takes away $10 from your trading account, which means that that person needs just 10 pips to either turn around what in the trading space we call flipping, right? To either flip your account around 100%, just 10 pips, right? Or you just relatively need less than 10 pips to even blow the account. Why is it that it's less than 10 pips? Because we have something we call spread. Now, you see the difference between the bid and the ask price. When you go to a Forex bureau, those individuals who have gone to the Forex bureau, you realize that they say the buying price is so and the selling price is so. You realize that there's a little difference between the two. That little difference is what we call the spread charge. The spread charge is what goes to the broker. So every time you place a trade, the spread charge is taken out instantly. And the spread charge can be 2 pips, it can be 3 pips, depending on the broker that you are trading with. So as soon as you place a trade on the market, that spread charge is taken. If it is 3, it means that you only have 7 pips more for your account to blow. But because that's 7 pips plus the 3 pips that has already been charged off makes 10. I hope you understand. But you are looking to double that particular amount that you're having in the market. That means you need 10 pips to make up, and then extra 3 pips for that particular spread that you already paid for in the market. So you need 13 pips to actually make or double that particular account, but you need only 7 pips to actually blow the account. So you see how exactly it is closer for you to blow your account than it being closer for you to flip your account. I hope you understand. And it is very essential for us to be able to build that particular foundational knowledge, understanding the difference that the lot sizing makes relative to the leverage that we pick on the market to the account size that we are having. If we have this understanding from the onset, I think that most of us would come into that particular space where we would now lessen. I'm not going to say entirely stop, but lessen the frequency in which we actually blow our accounts on the market. And now we would now focus on how to build our own trading accounts and then move on from there. All right. Today, I don't have more time to talk. I just have a little time, and I think I've exhausted my time. So the little that I've taught between the account size that you have, the lot size that you have, and then the relation of the leverage that you have in the market. That is not the entirety of it. There is more to it, but this is where I can actually give you the fundamental knowledge of what exactly it means to be able to do that. Thank you so much. My name remains Emmanuel Napo-Addo, popularly known as Kema Trades in the trading space, and I look forward to having another meeting with you. Awesome one.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys can actually hear me. Just put a thumbs up, a number one, a number two, fire emojis, however you would like to communicate. Just put some fire emojis, especially given thanks to the last segment. I actually learned a lot from Kema's segment. So thank you very much again, Kema. It was incredible. Yeah, before we go any further, I'd just like to introduce myself formally. My name is Willis Arome. But you can call me Will. And I'm quite excited for this segment. In fact, I'm going to be joined very shortly by um, uh, someone called Miss Denise, who is incredible, somebody who I've known for a short space of time. However, somebody who we're going to be sharing this segment together, talking about the book review. Now, I'm going to ask a question really quickly. Who here knows the book that we are about to review? You guys can type in the comments, um, just so that we can have some sort of idea. We're going to share exactly what the book is. Probably you guys already know from the screen share, but who here knows the book that we are about to review? Let us know. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just love the fact that we are all on the same page. So yes, we are going to be reviewing the psychology of money. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. So we're going to get started in just a few seconds. And yeah, really excited to share this segment. There she is.
Hi. Good
How's it going? How's
afternoon.
it going?
Good, good. How's it going with you?
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I thought I was just going to do this myself, but here you are.
Yeah. Yep. Here with you, and I'm excited to talk about trading psychology. It looks like we have folks in the chat who have possibly even started reading. If not, we can delve in a little bit high level, as I think this is going to be an awesome book to start with. Um,
Yeah,
for our trading journey.
100%. I really agree. Totally agree with that. I'm very, very excited. And just something that I would love to highlight, even just before we dig deep. Number one, in fact, maybe a short, very, very, very tiny summary about myself. I'm sure you'll get to learn a lot more about myself and Denise as we continue with this trading psychology journey. But I'm somebody who struggles, did not love reading. I could not stand reading. Yeah, reading is one of those big hills, those big mountains that I just struggled to climb over. Nonetheless, I never use that as an excuse. If I continue to progress and read, I still go for audiobooks, which I do love to do. I love to listen to something positive minded, of course, specifically when it comes to personal growth. And yeah, just something that is very encouraging, especially for everyone tuning in today. Um, Even if you don't like to do something, still do it. I'm not going to talk too much about that because I'm sure our amazing speaker who's going to come up next is going to talk a lot more about that, about habits and behaviors. All right.
Absolutely.
Something that is a habit and that's a behavior is never really, you don't necessarily have to love it or fall in love with it. But in fact, it's a rewiring of your mind. The more you do it, the more it becomes a habit. The more it becomes a habit, the more it becomes a lifestyle. Then after a certain period of time, it becomes second nature. All right. So that's kind of the topic we wanted to start off on. And I'm sure Miss Denise will, maybe she loves reading more than I do. But yeah, I certainly don't love reading.
I think maybe that's why God put us together. I'm not a reading fan. And so any chance that I do get a chance to read, it is, I force it. I do force it. But I'm glad that this was forced upon me. And because when you look at the contents of the book, just overall, you know, he lays it out. I didn't even introduce myself, but I am Denise. And yeah, I've traded off and on. And I've known Cliff for many years, and Will for this period of time. It's short, but I've seen you around, so it's nice to actually get in this space together. But what I think about the first 3 chapters, including the introduction, is as the author's um, what would you say, intentionality of getting folks like me or Will who don't really want to read. You know what? This is something. This he brought us in. What would you say? I think
I think
he hooked the interest with, you know what, it's not a long read. It's just 20 chapters,
mm,
and you'll learn something in terms of how psychology will affect your financial status or your financial investments, whatever you use. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I love the idea of bringing everything to a level playing field. Even
yes,
just with the topic just right there, even if we have to summarize it and stay right there. One of the things I come to understand is that everybody comes from different walks of life,
yes,
different backgrounds, different experiences. That's a very, very heavy topic, I would say, that's even covered in chapter 1, because everybody comes from different experiences. It simply means even their habits are built off of people's different experiences. So somebody like myself, who maybe growing up I struggled reading, um, maybe that's something that I'm working on even right now. Whereas on the other hand, somebody might have come from a family that every single person from their grandfather to their great grandfather was so academic that it was impossible for you to be birthed into that family and
mm,
not be talented when it comes to education, mathematics, reading, and so on and so forth.
yeah,
So the whole idea is making sure that you understand that because we are coming from different walks of life, we are now all on a level playing field.
exactly.
Based on our different experiences, we almost all become the same person or the same. We start at the same level, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's one of the things that I love about even just the intro. We haven't even gone into chapter 1 yet.
right. Just the intro.
Yeah.
He talks about how um, we need to think, okay, normally we think finance is A plus B
Mm,
is equals to, you know, Z. And
mm,
then and there's a whole bunch of things that you need to do to get to A, whole bunch of things that you need to do to get to B,
yeah.
and then to get to Z and maintain Z,
Yeah.
um, it's okay to, like, equation wise, because that equals, but then there's a whole world around it, which is our mind. Our
Mm,
mind, our experiences, how we um, how we how we think about money, how we were rationalized. Was money, and when you're growing up, was money an evil thing? Were people who had too much money evil, or those kind of mindsets? And
mm,
I just loved, like you said, in chapter 1, um, this author, he says, no one's crazy. No
mm,
one's crazy because of the different backgrounds, because of the different types of economic situations going on around them.
mm,
Their reaction and how they invest in things is, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's
mm,
just, maybe can we think of it in a different way? Can they be rationalized in a different way? And he, right out of the gate, I think, leveled, like you said, level the playing field, so that we can just, all of us can read this book and not feel like, oh, um, my brother here, he's been trading for years and years, so he's better than me. You know, we're on
mm,
the same. We bleed the same. So we just need to um, employ the soft skills that he's talking about, which is psychology, and that will help. That will help us
mm,
um, with the equations, the A plus B. to get to the Z.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with you. This is so crazy. It's crazy, but it's not crazy because no one's crazy, right?
That was crazy.
um, that's the amazing part. And if guys, if you guys don't know, that's chapter one. Chapter one. The title of the or should I say the subheading would be "Nobody is crazy," and
Yeah.
that's there for a reason. Now, if I was to even summarize that, and forgive me if I haven't formally introduced myself, I know I said my name is Willis, but I am somebody who participates in the market. I am a trader. I've been trading also for over 4 years. One of the things that I like in this particular chapter too is how different perspectives take place in the market. So, for example, somebody can just hear about trading for the very first time. I'm sure many people here in the comments have maybe come across trading within the last year. So we would probably say that they're more or less like a newbie. And they're excited because of the idea of wanting to make thousands every single month. They love it. They said, you know what, I can't wait to start trading, learn this technical strategy, make money, and my life is going to change in the next 3 to 6 months, not knowing what it actually takes to become a profitable trader. On the other hand, you have somebody who might be a successful business owner. Let's just say, for example, they have a net worth of over $1 million, and they're making money, right? But they have seen or turned to trading as a form of multiplication, multiplying the money they already have to make more money. So now you can understand that that person's mentality is very calculated, very organized, and they're going to seek maybe the right counsel to help them multiply their money. And then on the other side, you also have somebody who they look at trading, they say, no. Trading is a scam.
Yeah.
Trading doesn't work. Trading, it's not possible to make money from your smartphone. It's not possible to make money just from your home or from your laptop. You have to get a real traditional job. In fact, let me go a step further. To be successful, you have to become a doctor. I'm sure somewhere, somehow, we've all heard that at some point in life, right? But the truth of the matter is, the reason why I love the title, Nobody's Crazy, is because it is not their fault. All three descriptions of different people that I mentioned just now, they all have the right to think the way that they think simply because of their backgrounds, how they've been brought up. In fact, how they understand risk. How they understand risk is going to be different from how maybe I understand risk, right? So it's very fair to understand that because everybody comes from different backgrounds, different walks of life, it's not their fault. Now, let's take it one more step further. Let's just say somebody decides that they are going to risk. I love everything that Kemma said in the previous segment was incredible, because it just highlights what I'm about to say. Somebody who's deciding that they've got a $100 account and deciding that they're going to try and risk a standard lot of 1.0, right? You already know 1.0 at a 1 to 1,000 leverage, which basically means it just takes maybe 7 lots, and you probably wouldn't even blow the account. You'll blow the account, and then it will show minus a certain amount, right?
Yeah.
You have that, and then you've got the person who's a little bit more sensible. They understand that $100 is not going to be life changing. However, if they compound that maybe for the next 2 years, maybe they can make something substantial by compounding it effectively, right? The whole point and the fact of the matter is people's understanding for risk varies according to somebody could have been brought up in a recession, somebody could have been brought up in where there was just a lot of money in their family. So risk for them is like, hey guys, I just blew £10,000, $10,000. I'm from the UK, so I say pounds, right?
Yeah.
But I just blew £10,000. I'm just going to deposit another £10 in price. Okay, to somebody who's never seen £10,000 in their life, as in such an amount at once, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, right? But guess what? At the end of the day, nobody's crazy for thinking the way that they thought.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's incredible. I mean, I guess in terms of the book, one of the things that I said to our team before is we could probably stay on one chapter for so long because there's just so much to get out of it. There's so much to get out of it. I don't know if you can agree with me, Miss Denise, but there's just so much.
Definitely so much. Chapter 1, I could stay on it for a long time. And then, into chapter 2, where it brings you into the luck and the risk. You touched on that. And then chapter 3, exploring. I didn't dive too deep into it, but I felt a little bit of angst when it talks about why your enough is not good enough, because it brings me to the, you know, that part of my psyche where I want to leave behind lack,
Mm.
Because we shall not want, and we shall continue to move forward. But so I'm looking to dive further into the book where that is concerned.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very excited, especially for the next coming weeks, because I know, I'm sure as much as there's so much, even in the first 3 chapters, there's going to be a lot more, even in the further chapters as well. It's certainly changing my life reading this book. I'm sure it's doing the same for Miss Denise, and I'm sure it's doing the same for you all, every single person tuning into this call. But I believe our segment should be up by now. So, just again to reintroduce myself, or just to summarize, my name is Willis Arome, but you can call me Will. I'm a trader. I've been trading now for the last over 4 years, I would say. And I'm excited to share this journey and to go more deeper into this book. And I'm looking forward to be with the TP family every single week. Over to you, Miss Denise, before we wrap up.
Yeah, and myself, Denise Newman, I'm looking forward to this journey as well, and I think it'll only expand our trading journey. I know that it will expand the audience's trading journey, because my hope and my prayer is that you open yourselves to not just maybe I don't know, magazines and so on, but just other types of print, other types of media, to grow yourself as a person and as a trader. So I'm excited. I'm excited, and I trust that the weeks it'll be even better.
Absolutely. Lots of fun. Well, we're going to hand it over to the next segment. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. All the best.
Can you hear me still? Or no? Sorry.
I am a disciplined trader. I trade with clarity, confidence, and focus. I want you to repeat this as loud as you can with me. Today is a new day, a day to renew your mind, align your focus, and walk in clarity and strength. Repeat these affirmations with me. Feel each word deeply. This is your truth, your foundation, and your power. I am a disciplined trader. I trade with clarity, confidence, and focus. I am calm and patient no matter the market conditions. I am led by wisdom and sound judgment. I see opportunities where others see obstacles. I am in control of my mind, my emotions, and my decisions. I trust the process and the journey God has for me. My mind is sharp, my vision is clear, and my actions are deliberate. I am not controlled by fear. I am free and confident. I trade with purpose and precision. You see, before we go on, these words you are repeating to yourself are not just empty words, because the Bible says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So it doesn't matter whatever industry you are in, the spirit of fear must not take control over you.
All right. If you guys can hear me, just kindly just drop some number ones in the chat. Amazing episode again today. I'm happy and grateful now that what was placed in our heart is coming into reality. So let me know in the comment section right now. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I think we saw a couple of few Nigerians again in the house. It was an amazing time knowing that we have the family of Nigeria in the house. Let me talk to you guys for a second. Let's see where everybody's tuning in from right now. And then also just don't forget that if you have not liked and share this link, you should. It's very important. So we have Kenya in the house, we have Ghana in the house, Nigeria again. What country is it again? What is that? What country was it again? Rwanda? Is it a country or is it a? Oh, Rwanda. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Rwanda. Okay, cool. Doing this while watching my son in the bath and doing laundry and other things. All right. From Texas, Houston. Okay, cool. All right, then, amazing. All right, Germany in the house. That's cool. All right, guys. So first of all, I just want to just say that while I was just sitting back, just listening to the segment, I just don't know how we got here. Only God can do this because these are an amazing individuals. All right, from Shells in the beginning to Albert who came, and then my brother Kema, and then we had Miss Denise and Willis. As I was just back listening to them, the whole entire event felt like a beautiful podcast. Listening to them about the book and their confessions was just so true, guys. Nobody started reading because I don't know who came into this world with a book in their hand when you just got delivered. And while you were just crying, I don't know who came into the world with a book in their hands. So nobody really came into the world loving how to read, but we all just built the habit into it. And I want to say something about this whole segment you guys are seeing. These are not just segments that we have because we want to fill 1 hour, 2 hours of an event. No, this is a segment that has been structured to transform you. You may not see it yet, but as you keep on coming in weekly, every single time, before you could realize you are growing. So we have markup and overview that connects after that to edge. And you already know that edge is an important part of the conversation. Then book segment comes in to build your habit. Now, if you are somebody that you are struggling to read a book, just start with at least 5 lines. All right. If you don't know how to read a page, start with 5 lines. Then go into 1 page. Then you can start reading chapters. Before you could realize that you're taking that from there. So every single segment builds you as an individual. Today, we're going to be learning something very interesting on this segment as well in the psychology segment. And I was going to teach something before, but as I was speaking to Kema backstage, I said, I'm going to teach something else because this is what has been placed in my heart to teach. But before I do that, I want you guys to listen to this carefully now, okay? It is very important that you understand that in this world that we live in, conviction really is important. Are you with me? Conviction is really important. I really want to make sure before I go on, I don't want you to miss any information we are talking about now. But if you can try, without those who are multitasking, if you can't try and make sure you have your book and your pen, as you guys can see, even the whole entire team at the backstage, they are even listening to this and they are also learning. So if you can't take your book and your pen, it is really, really important. If you have done that, put I am ready in a comment. I am ready in a comment. I am ready in a comment, and then we take it out from there. Just grab your pen and then your book, and let's take it out from there. If you are ready, just put I am ready in a comment, and then let's just go. I am ready. Come on now. If you have your book and your pen, your tablet, it doesn't matter whatever it is. I'm going to teach you something very powerful today that will help you as a trader. You see, let me charge you a little bit. There is a difference between knowledge and understanding. There is a difference between knowledge and understanding. Listen to this carefully now. Knowledge is something that you are receiving now. The conversation we're having now, and you listening to me, writing your note, you are gaining knowledge. You are buying knowledge with your time. You are getting knowledge with the information that you are listening. So it's knowledge. Okay. Now, how do you get knowledge? You can get knowledge through reading. You can get knowledge through going to a seminar. You can get knowledge through any other means. What is understanding? Understanding and knowledge is a little bit different. Understanding is much more of things you get by the level of how you meditate on the information you have received. Okay? So that means every single segment, every single book you're reading, every single thing you are doing right now, listening to me, you are receiving knowledge. But in order for that to transform into understanding, you need to do something. That thing that you need to do, it comes with your participation. Okay? I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you came onto this live stream right now and I was teaching you about the meaning of fire. Okay? I'm teaching you that, oh, fire is this, fire is that, and so on and so forth. You will be here. Oh, okay, so fire has this, mechanism. Okay, so this is how fire comes out. Now I can teach you about the characteristics of fire. But if you get close to a fire and you touch it and it burns you, it gives you understanding. It makes you now go like, oh, so this is what fire means. Ouch. It actually really did hurt me though. Fire for you. Are you with me? That is why there have been so many cases whereby children, their parents will tell them, don't play with the fire, don't play with the fire. They will never listen to their parents because the information their parent is giving to the kid is nothing but knowledge. When understanding hits you, you act differently. Sorry. So a lot of people sometimes are like, Cliff, I don't understand what you are saying. No problem. You have just not gotten the understanding yet. I 100% understand. But if that same child contact fire and the fire burns the child and it leads to tears and the child start crying, the child doesn't go near fire again. That knowledge that was transformed into understanding is not the father or the mother that gave the kid. It was what we call experience. You may have heard me saying this before. You can try and read about swimming over and over and over again. Swimming, you can read for 15 years about how to swim. If you jump in the pool after 15 years of reading the best books about swimming, the first day you will drop in the pool, you will still drown. Do you know why? Because the only way to learn how to not drown is to come out of drowning. I'm going to say this again. The only way to learn how to not drown is to come out of not. Does that make sense? You come out of the drowning. So you are drowning. Oh my God, I'm going to die. And you come out. That understanding that you gain in that split second, no amount of reading can teach you that though. But it doesn't mean that before you jump into the pool, knowledge was not required. It was. It is very important that you guys understand this. That what you are receiving from here is knowledge. But what you are going to do with the knowledge is what will transform your mind. So a lot of traders keeps on running away from experiences. Somebody will tell me, Cliff, how do I never blow my account? The question is, have you blown it before? If the answer is yes, then there is a way to not blow it again in there. You either chose not to listen or you don't even know why you blew your account in the first place. So wherever people are confused, there is either lack of knowledge or you are being rebellious to the experience of what it taught you. But I want to tell you something right now, guys. You see, these TP master classes is no different from other master classes out there. The only thing that is different from these master class with the other ones out there is here you are coming to receive the truth. You see, every single time you find somebody being free from anything in this world, the component, the mixture, the ingredients of what makes that individual to gain liberty or freedom is truth, not money. You see, a lot of people are looking for financial freedom, but they don't know what gives financial freedom is not money per se. What gives financial freedom is the knowledge and the understanding and the truth of the quality of the information you are receiving that gives you freedom. So without financial literacy, there is no financial freedom. Are you with me? And so truth is everything in any skill set you want to learn. Imagine if you want to become a doctor and then they give you a bottle of water and told you this bottle of water represents alcohol to wash your hands before you do surgery. If that is a lie, both the doctor and the patient is in trouble. No matter how bad the doctor wants to save the patient's life, there is a problem here with the information given to the doctor to operate on the patient. So truth is always what leads to freedom. So if right now in your life, if you find yourself in any area of your life and you don't think you are free, the problem is not lack of money. The problem is not lack of physical things. The problem is lack of truth. That means there is something you don't know. And I always say this, that you are where you are because of what you know or what you don't know. Does that make sense? So I wanted to take my time for you guys to understand this, that the information you are receiving here is more than just Forex event. This is a whole entire transformation package. And if you pay attention and you receive the knowledge and you take that knowledge and you practice it, something will happen to you. Today, I'm teaching on the topic dopamine and trading. Please write it down. Dopamine and trading. Dopamine and trading. Dopamine and trading. Please write it down. Dopamine and trading. Dopamine and trading. That is my topic for today. The reason why I'm teaching on this topic, dopamine and trading, this is not a topic for advanced traders. This is a topic for every trader, regardless of the stage that you are in right now in the industry. You see, we as human beings, we act based on our behaviors. We behave based on our mindset. And our mindset is shaped based on our growth process. And our growth process is shaped by our environment. And the environment is shaped by the mindset. So it is very important that you understand that you can choose today to be a different person next year by this time. Are you with me? You can choose. And I'm going to show you a very powerful topic for today that will transform your life if you really pay attention very well. You see, every single part of the information you receive prior before this segment, they all contribute to everything I'm about to talk about today right now. And I want you to listen to this. Sorry about that. I always keep on telling you guys this, that your brain is an organ. The brain has muscles. Your mind is the infrastructure within the structure of the brain. So, for example, when you go somewhere in this world and you enter a building and you tell them that I want an internet. The internet, you don't see it physically, but it can connect to your phone and you can find the physical manifestation of it being working. If somebody understands the analogy I'm about to give you right now before we talk about what we're about to talk about, yeah, you will never leave this call the same again. Listen to this carefully now. Let's say you go into any building, any institution, and you tell them, listen, I want an internet to connect my phone, to use my phone, to browse. Internet. They said the password. Oh my God. Listen. So you went into an institution or you went into someone's house and then you tell the person, I want Wi-Fi. The first thing that you ask the person is, what is the name of the Wi-Fi? If the person tells you the name of the Wi-Fi is Cheqona and you search any other name other than Cheqona, you will still not get Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi is in the house. Are you with me? Then when you now ask the name and they tell you the name and you find the name on your phone, you have found Wi-Fi. Good for you. And then you found out that the Wi-Fi has a password. So they gave you the password. If you make one single mistake with one letter in the password, it will say unable to connect. But the minute every single thing lines up together, the name, the password, every single thing lines up together, it says connected successfully or connected. Instantly, if you are waiting for messages, you will start getting notifications. Bing, bing, bing. Correct? What happened? What just happened right there? What just happened right there on your phone? Your phone has connected to something that you can't see, but because of knowledge and information, the physical manifestation of the messages is telling you, congratulations, you now have a Wi-Fi. That is what knowledge. Oh my God. That is what knowledge and information does to your brain, and the physical manifestation of it is either poverty, wealth, success. See, if somebody understands the information we're about to talk about here today, you will go back after this masterclass and say, oh my God, I found the key. So all this while, trading is just a skill set, and a skill set only gives an opportunity. But what pays me is attitude. What pays me is behavior. You see, a lot of people have not come to that realization yet. And so while they are confused about the next strategy to chase, they are neglecting the most important part of what actually brings the physical manifestation of that success. Let's go back to the story now. Holy Spirit, thank you. So the Wi-Fi is now connected to your phone. And within seconds, you can now send a message to Kema. You can send a message to Shells. You can send a message to Ms. Denise, Willis, anyone. Instantly, because you have Wi-Fi. Now listen to this carefully now. Even though that the Wi-Fi cannot be seen, but you are connected, there is an actual structure of that Wi-Fi somewhere in the house. But as long as the structure is working, all you need is the name and password. What am I trying to communicate with you guys right now? That one information of conviction and knowledge can transform your life. Today, I'm about to share something with you called dopamine and trading. You see, what is a dopamine? It's a chemical. Okay? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter chemical. A neurotransmitter chemical. Don't worry. I'm going to break it down for you easily for you to understand this. We have different chemicals in the body. We have serotonins and all these things in the body. But today we're talking about dopamine. Why are we talking about dopamine today? It plays an important role in the human mind. Before we talk about dopamine, let me tell you why and the meaning of a neurotransmitter. You see, in the brain, we have the brain as an organ communicates. Follow me now. When, let's say, you go to the jungle and you come face to face with a lion, when your eyes, sees a lion, and your brain is able to send the information to the part of your brain responsible for fear, fight, flight, and freeze, which is the FFF, your brain now is saying, oh my God, this is a lion. Immediately, your brain needs to send signals of waves to describe the moment and bring an emotion out, whether I'm afraid, I'm going to die, whatever I know. So your brain communicates with each other in different departments. So I want you to imagine this. Let's say, imagine a big city. All right, let me use Dubai for an example. Let's say a big city. And all the people in there, all right, they need to communicate to keep the city going. So let's say the whole entire city is the brain. And the people in that brain, they need to communicate, all right, in different departments. The way they communicate, they use a communication tool called neurotransmitter. It's a messenger. So they talk to each other. And there are different neurotransmitters. So what happens is that if a neurotransmitter like dopamine, for an example, wants to be sent as an information to the part of your brain, it is a part of your brain that makes you chase something. So the chemical dopamine, the purpose of that is to kick you in to chase something. So let's say, for example, right now you get a notification on your phone. Bing! It is the dopamine that will let you pick up your phone and check the notification. Are you with me? Now, why am I talking about dopamine now? Let me connect it to trading quickly so that you will understand the purpose of today's session very well. You see, there are three parts of your brain. We spoke about this a little bit last week. There are three parts of your brain that is responsible within trading. The first one is the part of your brain that is responsible for survival. The second part of your brain is the part of your brain that is responsible for emotions. We talked about this last week. The third part of your brain is the one responsible for logical thinking. I'm not even going to use their scientific names like prefrontal cortex and the amygdala and so on and so forth. Let's just talk about it this way. The part of your brain responsible for survival, the part of your brain responsible for emotions, and the part of your brain responsible for logical thinking. Now, the part of your brain that is responsible for survival has been trained in a very long time. That is the way you grew up. You grew up surviving. So imagine if you grew up in where I come from, in West Africa, your 24 hours every day is how to survive. It depends on the family you come from, right? And I've made this example before. I remember when I was growing up, I grew up in Ghana, almost my teenage life. And one of the things that I always realized, and I've shared this before, and I grew up with my grandmother. And every single time when I'm feeling well and when I'm strong, I never get the things I wanted. I only got the things I wanted when I was not feeling well. So let's say, for example, I'm not feeling well and I'm sick. That is when I get the fried rice and the chicken. And if you come from Ghana, fried rice and chicken back then meant that you have money, right? So that was when I'm not feeling well, then you get a fried rice and a chicken. And I as a kid at that time, when I was young, I realized that pattern, that every single time that I'm doing well, I don't get what I want. But the minute I'm sick, they now start asking me, Junior, how are you doing? What do you want? Do you want chicken? Do you want this? So as a kid, when I realized that, oh, so if I pretend that I am sick and I'm not even sick, yeah, there is a possibility of me getting what I want. So little did we know that the way we grew up like this was shaping in a kind of mindset. For example, an African person, majority of people can relate. And if you can relate to this, I want you to drop it in the comment and tell me I can relate. Growing up, I will never forget, there used to be situations whereby your father or your mother or an uncle who is older than you would tell you things like, somebody is looking for me. Go and tell the individual, I am not there. Listen to this carefully now. Maybe your mother, somebody is knocking and you tell your mom, oh, mom, I think this person is looking for you. Your mom will tell you, go tell the person, I am not there. Right? So your mom is lying because we know she is there, but she just doesn't want to tell the person that she doesn't want to see her. Right? So she's going to tell you to go tell the individual that she is not there. Now, if you make a mistake and you go tell the visitor that my mom said she is not there, all right, you know what's going to happen to you? They're going to beat you up, right? Or say something to let you know how stupid that was for not knowing how to lie. Now, little did we know that the way we grew up, knowing how to lie without trying, because that is how you grew up, correct? So now when you grew up, you play the victim card all the time. Oh man, I'm not feeling well. If businessmen meet you and they ask you, hey, how are you doing? Instead of you telling the businessman or the investor, oh yeah, I'm great. Currently right now I'm working on my project now. You don't talk about that. Oh man, I've not even eaten the whole day and yada, yada, yada. Why? Because the way you grew up thinking the way to survive is to be the victim. And so even when you go into the market, you think somehow, because all you have is $100 and you are so broke, the market should have sympathy on you and then allow you to over leverage and still make money regardless, even though that according to principles, mathematically, you are going to blow your account. So it's mindset. That is the way you grew up. And so your survival part of your brain, it is always trying to survive, either by lying, cheating, fear. It just wants to survive and be comfortable. That is the one part of the brain. The second part of the brain is the emotional part of the brain. You see, emotions is not bad, but lack of emotional intelligence can destroy you. Remember, I've said this before in one of the videos on the YouTube channel, and I said that your current mind you have now does not align with trading. And so what that simply means is that you are going to have to be transformed from not being a trader to become a trader so that you can think logically. We are coming there. So the second part of your brain that is responsible for emotional process is so all over the place. So you are always expecting to be accepted in a way. So if, let's say, for example, right now, if you enter into this room of mine and you go like, hey, Cliff, how are you doing? And I go like, oh yeah, I'm great. Because I didn't respond and say, oh yeah, I'm great. How are you too? You will be thinking, oh man, Cliff is so proud. I'm not proud. I'm just saying I'm great. There is nothing wrong with that. I'm great. But sometimes we want to be emotionally all over the place to feel good. Dopamine. We're coming there. Keep it in mind. Dopamine. Just keep that chemical in mind. Very powerful chemical in your body. So because you love being emotional, all right, you love it, being emotional. So because of that, you are basically just trying to be all over the place. So if you are somebody when you are trading and then you are listening to songs that makes your emotions hyper, hip hop every single time, and you just want to go crazy in the market, hip hop, yeah, it may feel good because your dopamine needs it. But before you could realize that same hip hop is going to influence you 2 hours later for you to over leverage the account because you thought you the G, right? Because you thought, hey, it's game time, blah, blah, blah. No. In the market, it's not like that. Your trading life and your actual life, they mirror each other. So one part of your brain responsible for surviving, the other part of your brain responsible for emotions, which you are not emotionally intelligent. So you think the world is supposed to feel guilty for you. No. Now, the third part of your brain, which is called the prefrontal cortex, is responsible for your logical reasoning. Now, listen to this carefully now. This is the part where if you don't get this, watch this masterclass again and again and again. This part of your brain, which is the logical reasoning part of your brain, they are not triggered automatically. Cliff, what do you mean? Your survival part of your brain is because of long-term practice, they have created habits that triggers automatically. The second part, which is the emotions, automatically. But the third part of your brain, which is for logical reasoning, that is not how we grew up. No, we didn't grow up being logical. We grew up being either emotional or surviving. So when the first thing that happens to your life, the first thing is, how do I lie my way out of this? When something happens, how do I cheat my way out of this? So your logical reasoning parts, it's not yet strong subconsciously within you. That part of your brain is not yet very strong. That is what is mostly missing in traders' journey. Because the ability for you to hit 1, 2 stop losses in a row and pause is difficult. Because that part of your brain that needs to do that is your logical reasoning part. And that part is weak. The part of your brain that is strong when you are hitting 1, 2 stop losses is the emotional part and then the survival part. So both the emotional part and the survival part will come together to create a movement called revenge trading. But the part that will save you from revenge trading is your logical reasoning part. That part, do you know how to trigger that? You only trigger the logical reasoning part of your brain by pausing, reflection, journaling, thinking, breathing. So Cliff, is that why you are telling us that we should do breathing technique? Yes. Is that why you are saying affirmation is important? Yes. Because the more you do affirmation, the more you are journaling, the more you are reflecting, the more you are meditating, what are you doing? You are training, what else? Your logical reasoning part of your brain. You see, this is what a lot of people don't understand. The brain, because it's an organ, is just like any other muscle. You go to the gym to tear your muscles. You come back home to eat, to build the muscles. So the more that you want to build the strength of your logical thinking part, what do? You journal. What do? You write. So when you hit 1, 2 stop losses in a row, the moment you pause and you pick up your pen and your book and you said, I took 2 trades today, and I think that if I take another trade, it's going to be an emotional trading, so I'm going to pause. And you are happy about it. You are strengthening your logical part of your brain thinking. Now, the part of the brain and the chemical needed for strengthening habits is called dopamine. Are you with me? Now, let me start my teaching now. Dopamine and trading. So what did we say in the beginning? That dopamine is a neurotransmitter. Is that true? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. Now, I wrote down 3 things here when I was preparing this note. Number 1, write this down. Dopamine is a desire engine. Please write it down. That a dopamine is a desire engine. Let me go, because I was not looking in the comment. Let's go here for a second. All right, guys, drop some number ones in the chat right now. Let me know if you guys are still with me and you are not sleeping. All right, I'm the one supposed to be. It's 11:30 p.m. over here. Just drop some ones in the chat if you're following guys right now. Number ones in the chat. Are you learning? Are you learning? Are you learning? Okay. You see why you should be inviting people onto this live session. You will never know what they can be learning from this. Okay, let's go back to learning now. You guys are still with me. So what did I say? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. When we say something is a neurotransmitter, what that simply means, a chemical messenger in the brain. So the brain communicates by using chemicals. All right. We have dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline, all of that, all the name. Okay, cool. Now, write this down. Dopamine is a desire engine. Dopamine is a desire engine. I wrote down 3 things here. I want you to write it down carefully now. Dopamine is not happiness. Please write that down. Dopamine is not happiness. Number 1. Number 2, dopamine is not satisfaction. The third one is dopamine is what makes you want things and chase them. I'm going to repeat it again. Number 1, dopamine is not happiness. Number 2, dopamine is not satisfactions. Number 3, dopamine is what makes you want things and chase them, because I said it's a desire engine. When you see your favorite food, and then you are craving for your favorite food, it is dopamine that is making you crave for something. What do I mean by this? Dopamine is not what you feel after you have done something. Dopamine is what you feel before you do something. So that means if you are able to stop what the dopamine wants you to do, you are creating a different habit. Are you with me? So the reason why you will start working out and you will stop, the reason why you will start reading and you will stop, is because dopamine has not entered into that habit yet. So dopamine is not bad. Dopamine is just a neurotransmitter. It's a chemical messenger. You have to control it to take it somewhere else so that it can help you to do what you have to do consistently. But it is easier to create bad habits, because there is a saying that why is the forbidden fruit always a nice one? So why is the best fruit always forbidden? Yes. So dopamine is sponsoring your bad habits because it's easier to form bad habits. Are you with me? So as a trader, keep this in mind. I'm going to just show you guys something very powerful before this session ends. So what are we talking about now? That dopamine is not happiness. Dopamine is not satisfaction. And dopamine is what makes you want to chase and want something. So dopamine is not what you feel after you have done something. It's what you feel before you do something. That is why every single time you get the thing, you don't feel like it anymore. How many times have you bought your first phone or your car? And you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get this house. I can't wait to get this car. I can't wait to. Yeah, dopamine wants you to get it. But after you get it, you don't want it anymore because dopamine is gone. It wants something else. All right. It wants something else. So when you say, oh, but Cliff, I don't know why I cannot be disciplined, because your dopamine is at the wrong side. We got to bring it somewhere else. We got to transform it and bring it to a healthy habit. All right. So how does dopamine work? Your dopamine in your brain works through habits. Please write it down. habits is like the environment for dopamine to grow in. So what I mean by that is that imagine the way it works, like a bacteria being able to grow in an environment that is conducive for it. So habits is the environment for dopamine. What I mean by that is that there is trigger. You guys already know the desire, action, reward. I'm going to use the 4 steps here. Normally, when we're talking about habit formation, we only use 3. But for the sake of this example, I want you to write 4 things down. Number 1, trigger. Number 2, desire. Number 3, action. Number 4, reward. Trigger, desire, action, reward. Now, the trigger is anything that catches your attention. All right, notification, food, smell, whatever is a trigger. The desire is what it makes you want to do. So if you are somebody listening to me carefully now and you are struggling with, let's say, for example, let me just go straight to the point, because normally we use this a lot in psychology lessons. Let's say you're addicted to pornography, and that is something that you don't know how to break. Now, to be able to break pornography and masturbation, it's not going to be, oh my God, I want to do it again. You are lying. The time that you said you're not doing it again is because you have finished doing it. And so now you are back to your senses and you say you will not do it again. But when the dopamine hits you again, it was going to make you desire it again. And when it happens like that, it's going to be difficult to break it because you have not actually broken that habit. You are just literally just hanging in there. That is why people sometimes say, why is it that I've given my life to Jesus and so I'm living some type of a way? Because giving your life to Jesus and becoming a believer is different from becoming a transformed believer. So in every single part of life, transformation is key. And so you need to understand that number 1, you hate this addiction. You want to quit it. But unfortunately, the dopamine, which sends the information for you to keep on doing it, is so strong. So you're going to keep on doing it, right? So the first thing that you need to understand is you got to be able to, so right now, quick one here. If you want to understand how dopamine is really controlling your behavior, you need to first of all see it from this angle. How does somebody get to the mood to watch something filthy or something that they don't want to watch anymore? It's either they are alone, all right? So being alone can be the trigger, okay? Number 2 is raining, right? If it's raining, or number 2 is dark. Everybody have different. So these are what I'm mentioning to you are in research. Is one of the most interesting triggers in people who are addicted to porn and masturbation. So when they are alone, when it's raining, when it's dark in the midnight, all these things are triggers. Now, the moment that you are getting these triggers of, oh, go watch porn, then the desire now becomes what you have seen previously and you want to go watch it again. And then the action is what you do by researching, actually doing self-gratification, whatever it is, why not? And then the reward is what actually really you feel after you do all of that, solidifies the habit, right? So same thing in trading now. You hit 2 stop losses in a row. What does it trigger? It triggers anger. So when it triggers anger, what does the brain wants to do? It wants to get back the money. That is your desire. Your desire is to get back the money you lost to the market. That is your desire. The action is you want to click buy now or sell now. Your action is I want to go on TradingView and find another asset. Your action is I want to go into that Telegram channel and see if they have any signal that is active. That is the action. The reward is you actually clicking and feeling like you almost got the trade back, or you actually got it back, or you are doing something to get it back. So this is what forms that habit. Does that make sense? So that is how basically dopamine works. Now, why is dopamine so addictive? I wanted to talk about this right now here because it's important. So dopamine is not a bad thing. We already said this, that it becomes dangerous when it makes you chase the wrong things. Please write it down. That dopamine is not a bad thing. It's only dangerous when it makes you chase the wrong things, because you need it to still be a gym goer. You need it to still build your company. You need it to still be able to always be active in every single thing you do. But then it is only dangerous when you are chasing the wrong things. Now, too much dopamine leads to addiction, and too little dopamine leads to depression. Isn't that interesting? So it needs to be balanced. Okay, so too much of it can lead to addiction. Too less of it can lead to depression. All right. So it is very important that you understand this as well. Now, things that release a lot of dopamine or that triggers high dopamine in this our current research right now is social media, gambling, and that is why trading has a sense of too much dopamine in there, because it has a little resemblance like you are gambling. But that is why I've talked about this on my YouTube before, that gambling and trading has a very thin line. That knowledge is what separates them. Knowledge. So if you don't want to learn, every single day you choose not to learn, you are basically saying, I'm ready to gamble. All right. And then drugs, junk food, and so on and so forth. Now, how does dopamine affect your decisions? Now we are about to get to the part where trading is coming in now. So pay attention now. I'm going to give you 5 ways that dopamine affects your decisions. Number 1, dopamine affects your decisions by motivating you. So if you're going to wake up to do something, it's dopamine that will help you to get up to do it or not. Dopamine helps you to focus. Dopamine helps you to become a risk taker. Dopamine helps you to become pleasurable about something, and it leads to also addiction. So all these things is what it helps into it, and so on and so forth. Now, the topic for today was dopamine and trading. Why is it important that as a trader, you need to basically understand this information I'm telling you right now? Is because there are certain things you are doing right now that you're not doing it because you want to, but you are doing it because it's a habit. And the first thing I want you to do to understand this is this. We're going to do a very quick 60 seconds something right now. What is the one habit in your trading career right now that you wish you could change? As soon as I ask this question, the first thing that came into your mind, I want you to put in a comment. What is the first habit that came into your mind, negative habit, that you wish didn't exist in your trading right now? I'm going to give you guys a couple of few seconds and then put it in the comment section, and let's take it. I want to tell you something. What is the first habit that comes into your mind that you wish didn't exist in your trading? Just one. Just give me one. Okay? Just give me one. FOMO, lack of discipline, revenge trading, FOMO, over trading, leverage, revenge trading. Okay, so revenge trading. Now let's do something right now. I'm going to talk to you guys right now in the comment. Okay, listen to this. Is very important segment here. Listen to this carefully now. So over trading, I'm seeing over trading, revenge trading, revenge trading. Now, most of the time, the reason why people revenge trade, be honest with me right now. Okay, right now, I've been teaching a little bit now, but I want us to bring this into really serious practical lessons here. The reason why most of the time people revenge trade is because there is a relationship between timing and the money you want to make. Is that true? Timing and the money you want to make. Is this true? Timing and the money you want to make. Timing and the money you want to make. Is that true? That you want to make money and you need to make money now. And unfortunately, you took the trade. And when you took the trade, it didn't go well for you. And you want to get it back. And you know, if you are going to basically wait for the next setup, man, it's not going to come now. And as I said, meanwhile, your landlord is waiting for you. You are in debt and you need to pay this money now. And so what is happening right now is you are going to revenge trade because you need the money now. I'm going to show you guys something very powerful that a lot of you guys will not be able to do it all today, but this will change your life. And this is the minute whereby somebody's deliverance of knowledge is coming to you right now. And I want you to, from the bottom of my heart, pay attention, pay attention. I'm going to share my screen and I want to show you something that probably you've not heard before. Pay attention. This is psychology. Okay? Hold on for a second. Let me find a way to share my screen. Pay attention. Pay attention, pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm about to show you guys. Pay attention. This is the part where you don't want anything to distract you, not your internet, nothing. Listen, listen, listen. If you guys can see my screen, let me know. I'm going to teach you, if this is all that I teach today, and we wrap up and we'll continue on next week, that is fine by me. But pay attention, okay? Listen to this carefully now. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Correct? Okay. Oh, come on. Hey, broski, how you doing, man? Okay, so now listen to this carefully now, guys. Now, once upon a time, I told myself that I don't want to teach trading psychology and talk about just abstract concepts. I wanted to teach trading psychology beyond an abstract concept. People will ask me, Cliff, how do I control my emotions? I'm about to show you a trick. Let's say, for example, all you have in your whole life that you are willing to risk in the market is $1,000. Your whole life is $1,000. Now, what most people will do, and this is not their fault, they do this because they don't understand the nature of the business. They have not come to the understanding that trading is a business. So all you have in your life is $1,000 account. 1,000. Now, that $1,000, if you deposit all of these $1,000 in your broker account, this is what is happening right there. So the minute you put the whole entire $1,000 in your broker account, this is what is happening. This is it. I'm going to show you. Listen to this carefully now. Watch this. Here, in this emotion, rent. Here, we have bills. Let's say your girl. I really say girl. Your girl. Your girl here. Okay. Then we have here. We have, your leisure. Whatever it is that you do. Over here we have promise and fail. People that you promise and fail them, and they are calling you because you wanted to help them and because you're a good person. So all of them is in the 1,000 here, okay? All of them is here in the 1,000. So what is happening is that this $1,000 is not safe. This $1,000 is full of emotions, bills, rent. Let me even add the single mom and the family to it here. School fees, mortgage. Should we add mortgage? What else do we have? Let's add. Tell me, guys. What else? What else should we add to these emotions? Let's go. Let's even go into the whole entire chart. Let's see something. What else do we add to this? What else do I add to this? Let me see the comment right now. Foodstuffs. Okay, good. Let's watch this. So we have foodstuffs. We have foodstuffs. So foodstuffs here. Now, guys, there is no way this account won't blow. There is no way. Now, on top of all these emotions, do you know what is happening? In this account, this is it. In this account, okay, in this account as well, apart from all the emotions, in this account, there is gold, there is GBP, CHF, there is NAS 100, there is what else? What should we even add again? There is Euro USD, even BTC on top of it on a weekend, so that the person will make money quickly before Monday. Sometimes he's adding some stocks because he saw an advert, whatever. So in this one account, this $1,000, this is all that is going on. There is no way this account will survive. Emotionally, mathematically, it doesn't add up. It's not going to work. So when the person said, oh my God, I don't know how to make money, I said, the problem is not as complicated as this. So what do you have to do? You have $1,000. Let's do it this way. All that you have to do is to basically split this 250. 250. How many now? 500. 250. Another 250. Now you have 1,000 in your business. Now, 250, 250, 250. What would you call this? You will call this one foodstuffs. I'm going to ask you guys a question before. How much does it cost to buy one milk? Let me ask a question right now. How much does it cost to buy one milk? How much does it cost to buy one milk in your country? One milk. How much? I'm talking about milk for making Milo, whatever the UK people will call it. But how much does it cost to buy one milk? Tell me right now. I want us to get really, really practical in your country. So nobody drinks milk. €1. €1. I want to ask this question right now. If you are on this call, even if milk costs $5, if you are on this call and then you have made $1 before, $1 before in trading, put number ones in the chart. If you are, even whether you are copying and pasting, whether even if you are taking your own trades, just $1 in the market before, put number ones in the chart. I want to show you something right now, guys. You see, a lot of times people sometimes say, when am I going to be a profitable trader? You are not getting the idea of what profitability means in trading, guys. This is the problem. You see, the reason why you didn't withdraw the $10, the reason why you didn't withdraw the $20, it's not because the money is small. It's because all of the emotions is in one account. And so what is happening is that even if you withdraw $20, your problem still looks like it's not solved. But imagine if this $250, you were able to make $20. Guys, can this buy somebody groceries? Can this buy somebody's child food to eat? If the answer is yes, then your business is working. It's not just working yet to the level to buy you a mansion or to the level to buy you a new car, but trading is working. It's working. It will get there. You will buy the car later, but solve your milk problem first with trading. Let that dopamine of reward hit you in the milk and say, wow, I remember though, I've withdrawn trading to buy milk before though. I've withdrawn from trading to pick taxi before though. And so I know that eventually I will be able to buy that house, but it's not time yet because logically, mathematically, I don't have the income yet to be able to flip it to that extent. What did I tell you before? That the financial market is not a place we go to make money. It's a place we go to multiply money. I'm going to say it again. The financial market is a place we go to multiply money, not a place we just go to make money, because you cannot multiply what you don't have. So if $100 is all that you have, use the $100 to solve milk problem. When you finish milk, solve tissue problem. When you finish tissue, solve transportation problem, which is maybe picking a taxi. It will start hitting you. The right dopamine will be hitting you. Cliff, I don't know how to be disciplined. Solve milk problem first. Discipline is not something you are. Discipline is something you become based on the chemical being released in your body. Cliff, I'm not patient because you don't know why you are even waiting. What should you wait for? Are you with me? So $250 for foodstuffs, the other $250 for leisure, the other $250 for savings, the other $250 for investment. Now you can change the asset even. Pick one for gold, pick the other for indices, pick the other. So at the end of the month, you now sit down like a businessman and check your account of your business. Oh man, he was able to take care of my meal, but the savings is still a little bit somehow. Let's see how it goes next month. So now, even though, how many of you guys are sometimes, even when your landlord is stressing you, sometimes after prayers, the landlord will go away. But what about your stomach? Now you are still hungry. Does that make sense? So yes, you wish you can solve your house problem now. But after all the stress of the house, hunger still comes back. But if you were able to solve your food problem, you will use the money to really fight with the egusi right there, right? Or the jollof. But then this is where your brain is so much emotionally unintelligent. Well, yes, you have a land problem, but what about your food? Because without the right mental energy, without food, you cannot get. So people don't understand this. It's lack of emotional intelligence. Yes, you want to pay the bills now, but you gotta eat though. Yes, you want to pay all your debt, but you gotta eat though. Because even if right now somebody tells you, come to my house and come and take money, how do you go if you don't have a transportation fee? So you have connected all the money into one account, and all the emotions is just distracting you. This is psychology beyond an abstract concept. Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. I've kept quiet for a reason. I want you to take it in. Take it in. Take the information in. Just be patient. Take it in. That, oh, Cliff, so you are saying that all I have to do is to be a businessman in trading? Yes. Oh, Cliff, so all you are saying is that I have to put structures in place for my account? Yes. Yes. Have you ever heard somebody who has multiple house? They don't put all their family's eggs in one house and say we are building real estate. They have different sides. So now, even if you are making more money somewhere in the other account, you can transport some of them. Transport some of them. Yes. 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 We are going to start wrapping up. Okay. Now, what is the last thing I want to share with you? How to control dopamine in trading. Number one, I have only 4 keys. 4 keys to control dopamine in trading. 4 keys to control dopamine in trading. Whether you are new, you need this information. Keep it in your journal. If you are not new, keep this. 4 keys in controlling dopamine in trading. Number one, follow a plan, not your feelings. Plan your trade and trade the plan. Plan your trades and trade the plan. Number one, key number one, follow a plan, not your feelings. Cliff, how do I follow my plan and not my feelings? Number one, you have to actually have a plan written down. After you are done writing down your plan, the next thing you have to do is to make sure that you have a system that holds you accountable. You see, the reality is you can't trust yourself. You see, whenever you are basically in the space of any addiction, you can't trust yourself. You need an accountability partner. It is very important that you understand this. An accountability partner ASAP. Because when that, I want to go back and watch that filthy video comes into your head again, that moment, have you ever, let me tell you something about dopamine. Dopamine is a very sneaky chemical. When it is strong, you are in trouble. In the bad habit, see, sometimes, I talk about the reason why why do I talk about psychology a lot? But apart from my background in science as a medical person in my area of pharmacy, I've also gone through the majority of the things that I teach you guys. For example, I got addicted to porn at the age of 14 years. It took me a long time to break this addiction. And one of the things about addiction is that when it is time and you want to do it, that minute, somebody can even come and knock on your door and they want to come and say hi to you, or they want to just come and see you. But your brain will find every smart way to push that person away. Whether you're going to tell the person you are sick, whether you're going to tell the person you are about to learn for an exam, or you're about to read psychology of money. if at this stage of your life you are using psychology of money to lie, to watch porn, you are in trouble. But anyways, so that is the dopamine for you. When it wants to chase something, it will do everything to get what it wants. So you can't trust yourself. When you write down the plan and you are now starting to trade. You mess it. That is why we are bringing an accountability program in TP Family that is going to hold you guys accountable to be able to become the best version of yourself. We are going to announce this later on. I'll talk to the team and so on to see how we will create the accountability program for you guys. Just stay tuned. In the next 72 hours, you will get this information. So an accountability system to help you do what you said you would do. Because there is a lot of freedom in trading. Key number two, limit screen time. This one is, but Cliff, if I limit screen time, then that means I can't watch the market all the time. Yes, it's true. But Cliff, if I stop watching the market all the time, how am I a serious trader? Don't let anybody lie to you. You see, if trading is all that you do, you are in trouble. I hear people sometimes say that, Cliff, but I just want to only be a trader. Why would you only want to be a trader? Who told you? Why do you have to just do only trading? No, trading is an important part of your life to bring you financial freedom in the future as a skill, but trading shouldn't be all your life. No. So if you are watching screen all the time, your brain starts to become weak. So limit screen time. The more screen time that happens in your day, the more it reduces your mental capacity to be able to make more than 2 emotional decisions in a day. Believe me on this. You don't need to trust me. You can do your research. So key number 2, reduce screen time. All right. Watching the market all day makes dopamine levels go up and down. It's a fact. When you watch the screen, have you ever been to some point where you scroll through Instagram so much that you start getting tired? Yes, it's the screen time. Number 3, take breaks. Take breaks. If you feel emotional after a win or a loss, take break. Key number 1, follow a plan, not your feelings. Feeling number 2, reduce your screen time. Key number 3, take breaks. And then number 4 is you need to understand that the market doesn't care about you. So anytime that the dopamine makes you feel like you can win all the time, know that it's a lie. You see, there is something beautiful. I want to use this to wrap up now. There is something very interesting the Bible says. The Bible says that God is not a man that he should lie. And another part of the Bible also said that the heart of a man is desperately wicked and deceitful. Who can know it? Do you know what it means? It means you can't trust yourself. You see, and there is one more thing I want to say. The Bible says that Satan is the father of lies. Do you know what that means? It means if Satan tells you that you are beautiful, no matter how beautiful you think you are, he's lying. That is what it means. Satan is the father of lies. That means if he tells you are rich, you are the most poorest person on earth. That means he's lying. So you need to understand that dopamine in the bad habit, everything it tells you is a lie. Everything dopamine tells you within the area of bad habits is a lie. It's a lie. Big, big lie. That means if it's telling you trade again, it's a lie. If you have taken one loss, one win, and you want to stop for the day, break for the day. Anything else it tells you, what if the market goes your favor? It's a lie. There is nothing that will happen if you don't trade for that day. Believe me. And so dopamine is a very, very, very serious chemical in your body as a neurotransmitter. It is what creates the overall habit of an individual. And I hope the reason why I taught you guys this today is because of the knowledge you're going to get next week. You needed this information as a foundation to understand why your brain is not aligned with trading. And then how can you really do what you said you would do? You will get it. With that all being said, guys, let me know in the comment what each and every single person I've learned from today's masterclass in the comment, not in the live chat. When we upload the video and it goes live, please come and share what you learned. We want this to be a habit because sometimes when people come back and they're watching this video, they don't know what the video was about. So when you share, even if we get like 10 or 15 or 20 comments of you guys all on the chat, just comment what you have learned from this masterclass. It will help somebody a lot. With that all being said, thank you so much, guys, for hopping on. It's so late. I cannot be able to basically take a lot of questions, but then I will look through all the questions. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comment section after the video is uploaded. I will come back and I will either reply you through the YouTube, or I will reply next on the next masterclass. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And as I said, stay tuned to the community tab on YouTube. That is where the majority of our announcement goes. There is an accountability program that is coming up that is going to hold you guys accountable If you know that you have never made a withdrawal in trading before, good news is coming to you. If you keep on blowing an account, good news is coming to you. So tell a friend to tell a friend that an amazing program that is going to hold traders accountable to make sure that you make your first withdrawal and you stop blowing an account is coming. With that all being said, thank you so much. Have an amazing evening and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Fix your mind, fix your trading.